guess who this is?
Carla?
Bingo! Long time no speak. How are you? Did you know we haven't spoken for like 3 years? How have you been?
I've been just fine until now. I didn't think you'd ever have the nerve to message me again. What do you want?
Jeez, Danielle, it's nice to talk to you too. No need to be so harsh to your baby sister.
Oh yeah? I can only think of reasons why I should be harsh to you. You couldn't have possibly forgotten, have you?
Hold on, let me think for a second. Oh, wait. Are you still mad that I stole your husband from you? You do know that it's been like 3 years since Matthew left you for me, right? Don't you think it's about time you've moved on? We paid you a very generous severance package too, remember? So why hold a grudge?
I'm sorry, That was Matthew paying me the consolation money. You didn't pay a cent! I should have just sued you personally too.
Oh, come on. Besides, what's his is mine and mine is his. It wouldn't have made a difference anyway. You got the cash you asked for in the end. So you should let it go already and just move forward.
Oh, don't you worry, Carla, honey. I have moved on. A long, long time ago. I really don't give a damn about you two.
Yeah, right, Danielle. You don't have to act so strong.
No, I mean it. I don't care about you or Matthew. I'm acting dry right now because I'm simply not interested in having a conversation with you. Nothing good would come out of it anyway. So did you need me for something? If not, then I'm done talking to you. Bye.
Hold your horse, sister. I do have something to tell you. In fact, I have many things.
What is it?
Well, first and foremost, Matthew and I have officially tied the knot.
I see.
After he left you 3 years ago, we took it nice and slow to deepen our bond. We traveled and experienced all kinds of things together. It was fantastic! We figured it was time to start our family, so we got married 3 months ago. And on top of getting married, we started a brand new life in the center of the city.
Okay, sounds great.
Hey, I'm not done. This is the best part. So we moved in today to our new condo. And guess where we're living?
I don't know, I don't care. But I'm sure you're going to tell me anyway.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe it! We're living in the same building as you! However, the biggest difference is that we're living on the top floor, lol.
Come again? You moved into the same condo? On the 30th floor?
Yes! Isn't that amazing? I know you live on a floor without the view of the city, right? It's such a bummer you don't get the gorgeous view this building has. I think I'm literally at the peak of my life right now. You know, it was completely spontaneous of Matthew. One day he just told me that we were moving. I never imagined that we'd move to a top room of a skyscraper.
Wait, are you sure we're talking about the same building? I've been in and out frequently today and I didn't see any moving truck. I can usually spot one when someone's moving.
Oh, we were super quick. We've always been minimalist, so we didn't have much luggage.
I recall both of you having loads of stuff, but okay. Wait though, how do you know I live here? I never told you my address when I moved in.
Matthew said he found out randomly when he first came here with the agent. He said he saw you by the elevators and saw it stop on your floor.
I see.
But it doesn't matter how we found out. All that matters is that we're rich and happy and you're not, lol.
I beg your pardon. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You know, I'm living on the top floor of one of the best residencies in the city. With the man I took from you. It can't get any better than that, don't you think? I've proven myself that I am so much better than you.
You think you're better than me because you live on the upper floor? And because you stole my ex-husband?
Of course! Don't you know there's a hierarchy among the residents? Don't you live on, what, the 2nd floor? That is so low, lol. I, on the other hand, am on the 30th floor. There's a 28th floor difference!
I chose to live on the 2nd floor because I don't like heights, which I'm sure you're aware of. And the top floor is expensive for the views, yes. But I wouldn't call that a hierarchy. You shouldn't say such things because it makes you look low, actually. The residents here have class, so they don't think like that.
Sure, whatever, loser. Lol. FYI, we live in 3001. If you want a piece of our new, astonishing life, feel free to swing by. Or maybe we'll see you around in the lobby. Holler if you see us. If you can, that is. Lol.
Huh? 3001? That can't be. My friend lives there. Carla, are you listening? Hello? Hey, Eli. Sorry to bother you. I hope you're off work by now, but if not, can you please reply at your earliest convenience? It's kinda urgent.
Oh, hi, Danielle. What's up? Is everything okay?
Well, I hope so. This is actually about your apartment.
My apartment? What do you mean?
I understand that you've been temporarily relocated, but you do intend to return, right?
Yeah, I do. 3001 is my apartment.
Like, you haven't sold the apartment or anything, or perhaps rented it out?
No, I plan to live in the same apartment after my project is done here, so I'm keeping 3001. And I never rented it out because I wanted to stay in my own apartment when I'm back in town, which is not rare, but my relatives should be house sitting from time to time.
I see.
Why? Is everything okay?
Well, I don't know how else to tell you, so I guess I'll just tell you everything I know. My sister Carla is married to a man named Matthew, who happens to be my ex-husband. She messaged me today to tell me that she moved into one of the apartments of the top floor of our building, and she told me that her apartment is 3001.
What? There must be some mistake. That is not possible. Did she simply give you the wrong number?
I went to check it out myself, and there is certainly someone inside.
What the heck?
Okay, so clearly you don't know what's happening either.
Absolutely not. I never allowed anyone to move into my place while I'm away.
This relative of yours, may I ask who exactly?
He's my cousin from my mother's side. His name is Henry Smith.
Henry? Oh, wow.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I do. He's my sister's ex-boyfriend.
Huh?
This is all so crazy. But I think I know what's going on. I only found out after my divorce, but I've been told that my sister used to mistreat Henry back when they were in a relationship. He's soft, and also younger than my sister, so she used to take advantage of him. She would boss him around and make him do things that were clearly inappropriate. He was practically a slave to Carla.
Wow, I never knew he was treated so badly. So you're saying that she might be doing it again? Using him so that she can get access to my apartment?
I can't be sure with such little information, but that would be my guess.
Okay, well, you know what? I am worried about my apartment and also Henry. I'm gonna jump on the next plane to see what's going on there with my own eyes.
The next plane? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's not a long flight anyway. I know there's a late flight I could probably catch if I head to the airport now. I can't stay long, but I need to know what's happening. Something needs to be done immediately if a stranger is living in my apartment without my permission.
Is there anything I can do while you head over here? Should I call the police?
Let me talk to Henry first. I don't want to put him in a difficult position if he's being used. Please, stay put for now.
Okay, I understand. Can you stop by my place when you arrive?
Yes, I certainly will. I will be arriving quite late, though.
That's okay. Thomas knows about the situation as well. He told me to tell you that you're free to stay at our place if you want to hold any actions till tomorrow.
Ah, that might be super helpful, actually. Thanks so much.
Of course. I will see you when you get here then. Have a safe flight.
Okay, see you soon.
Danielle! You have to help me!
What now, Carla?
There's a stranger at my door right now! He's banging on the door, yelling that this apartment belongs to him and that I need to get out! I thought this building has good security! What is this freak doing in here?
Carla, that is no freak. You were so busy bullying me yesterday that you didn't see my last message. The owner of your apartment is my friend. He's banging on the door to retrieve what belongs to him.
Huh? He doesn't own this place! What the hell are you talking about?
To make it easier for you to understand, the owner is a relative of Henry's.
What?
His name is Eli, and he's cousins with Henry. He also happens to be really good friends with my boyfriend Thomas, who I live with on the second floor.
Wait, what? You live with your boyfriend?
Yes, I do. But is that really important right now?
No, it's not. But I never imagined you'd be in a relationship with someone again. But whatever. So you're telling me this place isn't Henry's? I saw him going in and out of this building. That's why I thought... Oh, never mind.
No, go on, please. Were you going to say that's why I thought I could take advantage of him again?
Take advantage of him? No, why would I do that?
Why don't you just admit that you are not the official resident of that apartment, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. You just admitted that you thought the apartment was Henry's and not yours. You made it sound like Matthew insisted on moving into this building, but that was just bad acting. The truth is that you found out Henry had some sort of access to an apartment here and you threatened him to hand over the keys. Just as you always mistreated him before, you gave him no choice. Well, it's too bad you didn't give him the chance to tell you that he doesn't live in the apartment. By the way, I've already spoken to Henry, so don't try to lie.
You can't fool me, Danielle. I saw him going in and out of this apartment multiple times, alone. He had the keys. How could he not live here? You're trying to trick me.
The only person tricking anyone is you. The real owner, Eli, is on a project that has him temporarily relocated to another city. And Eli asked Henry to house sit his apartment while he was away. That's why Henry's been staying at his apartment. You just assumed he lived there and was too stupid to confirm the whole story.
What? I don't believe this. So Henry tricked me?
I have a message from the real owner. You should pack everything right now and leave today if you don't want any trouble with the police.
Police? No, please don't. Danielle, can't you talk to your friend? If he's away for a while, then there should be no problem staying here until he comes back. We'll do a better job house sitting than Henry.
Carla, you are so lucky Eli has not called the police yet. I told him he could, but he's been generous not to, because you're my sister. But you need to understand that you're breaking a whole bunch of laws by occupying that apartment without proper permission. If the police come, you will be arrested for multiple charges. If you don't want that, then you need to leave now. Of course, if you're okay with becoming a criminal and having a rough life with heroin, that's your choice.
No, of course I don't want that! Danielle, come on! You don't want that for your own little sister!
I seriously don't mind.
Danielle!
Well then, leave!
But wait! We don't have anywhere to go! We can't possibly live in our old apartment anymore!
You think any of us care that you have high standards now? Eli's saying that if you don't tell him that you're leaving within the next 60 seconds, he's calling the police.
Huh? Wait!
30 seconds left.
Okay! I'll tell him we're leaving! Hey, sis! I know you're in there! Let me in!
Oh my God, Carla. Get a life! Why are you so obsessed about living in that apartment? You agreed to leave!
No, that's not why I want to come inside. I need you to let me live with you.
I beg your pardon?
I told you we have nowhere to live!
Go back to your old apartment.
We can't. Because we've been kicked out from that one too. In fact, we got kicked out right before we moved into your apartment. We were broke and we couldn't pay rent, so the owner kicked us out. I was wandering the streets, looking for a new place to live when I saw Henry enter your building. I didn't think we'd get kicked out again so quickly.
I see. So you really have nowhere to go.
And we don't have any money because we still have to pay our old landlord the rent we had delayed. Plus, the housing in this neighborhood is so expensive. We're desperate, Danielle. Please, you have to help your sister out.
Why on earth do you think I would let you stay with me?
Well, it's not so bad, don't you think? We can share Matthew if that's what you'd like.
What? Share him?
Yes! You were so in love with him before. I know you miss him. We can rotate bedrooms so that we both get to sleep with him.
Ew! You are disgusting! You should be ashamed of yourself, Carla.
Why not?
You know, you must have such a small brain. I just told you the other day that I live with my boyfriend, so I do not love Matthew anymore. Nor do I miss him at all. I moved on a long time ago. And even if I did miss him, I would never share a man with anyone. Especially not my sister, because I am so much better than that.
Right, you had a boyfriend. I must have forgotten because I couldn't believe you'd be in a relationship with someone again.
Well, I am, and I'm very happy. So anyway, you are not stepping a foot into my apartment. Neither of you are welcomed here.
Danielle, please!
And for your information, I know you've been wandering around the building for a while now. I wouldn't be surprised if someone had reported you to the police by now.
What?
In fact, I should call them myself. Would that help you leave for good?
We're leaving now! Please don't report us!
Well then go away now! And never show yourself in front of us ever again! Bye! I was wondering why she was so afraid of being reported to the police. But then I soon found out that they had been in trouble with the authorities prior to this incident. They'd been reported by the owner and other residents of their old apartment for making noise and tampering with belongings of the facility multiple times. They'd been warned by the police that next time would mean handcuffs, and that's why they wanted to avoid any further encounter. However, since both of them had been disowned by both sides of the family after my divorce from Matthew, they really had nowhere to go. And because of that, it led to them having a huge fight in the streets that the police ended up having to intervene. A religious family member on Matthew's side of the family bailed them out a few days later. Last I heard, the person who bailed them out took the two to a farm on the countryside in hopes that they would straighten themselves by working hard. I don't know if they were able to survive farm life or pay off their debt, but frankly, I don't care. I'm just glad that they're out of my life now.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Grandma, I hope that this is your number. Are you there? It's me. It's Maya, your granddaughter.
Oh my, Maya! What a surprise to hear from you, my sweet grandchild. How are you? Oh my, would you look at that? It seems that you've got a smartphone now. You're growing up so fast.
Yes, I've got a phone now. My mom objected to me getting it, though. She says that it's too early for a 10-year-old to have a phone and that I don't really need one. Dad told me to keep it a secret from her. He said that it didn't matter because I actually do need it in case something happens.
I see what you mean, dear. I will tell you also to listen to your father. He's definitely right about that. It's best to have a phone with you at all times, especially with your father being away from home so often. He's working away from home a lot, isn't he? Right? If you need to get in contact with anyone and you can't reach your mom or dad in a hurry, you tell your old grandma, okay? Please contact me if you need anything, okay, Maya?
Okay, Grandma, I will do that. You're very sweet to me. I better go, Grandma. Mom just got home. I better hide this phone somewhere. I will talk to you later. Have a nice rest of your day, Grandma. Love you.
Yes, you better go, my dear. Talk to you later, my dear Maya. Sending lots of love to you. Say hi to your dad for me.
Hey Valerie, it's Candace. I need to ask you a big favor, but I'm sure you'll be able to do it. I'm coming by to drop off Maya and Melanie over to yours, and they'll stay with you. If I could leave them with you to take care of them until tomorrow night, that would be greatly appreciated.
I'm sorry, what? You want me to take care of them until tomorrow night? What's going on? Has something happened?
I know this is all very sudden and might be a bit of an inconvenience for you. I just really need this favor, okay? My friend invited me on a trip and I just couldn't refuse them. I really need someone to look after the kids. You live close by and it would only be until tomorrow night.
And you intend to depart at this time of night? What time do you call this? The kids should be in bed at this time, and you're leaving them now?
Look, my friend is quite spontaneous, so I personally don't find leaving at this time unusual. I can't just say no to a trip like this. It's urgent. My husband is on a business trip overseas, so you're the only one who can take care of the kids. It won't be for that long, I promise. Well, I've got to get going now, so thank you in advance for looking after the girls.
Just hold up, Candace. You can't just leave in such a hurry. I'm not at my house right now either.
I'm sorry, what? What do you mean you're not at home? You're a homebody? You're always at home. Why aren't you there?
I've been at my husband's parents' house since this morning. I've been looking after them since they're so old now. That's why I'm not at my house right now.
What? No way. So you're really not at home? Well, that's not good now, is it? What am I supposed to do? This is giving me so much trouble already. Why is this happening right now? It's so inconvenient.
Why can't you leave the girls at your parents' house? Don't they live pretty close to here? They're in the next town, so it's not so far away from you to take the girls there. Why don't you ask them whilst you're on your way to your trip?
I don't really want to ask them when I can ask you. It's not a good idea to send the girls there. What am I supposed to do if I can't give the girls to you?
Well, if that doesn't work for you, or you refuse to do that, then maybe you'll just have to give up on going away. Because it's not the best time to leave your kids anyways.
But I really need to leave for this trip. I need you to look after the girls. My friend really needs me right now. It's kind of urgent. This is really starting to be a pain in the backside. Is there no way you can take the girls?
I don't know what else to tell you, Candace. I'm sorry, but that's the way things go sometimes. Your friend is going to have to go on the trip by themselves. Also, please don't leave Maya in charge of looking after the house and her little sister. She's not old enough, and you're their mother. You need to take care of them. Don't even think about leaving them alone by themselves.
But I really need to go with my friend. I can't help the situation I'm in. What can I do now? I guess I'll need to do what must be done.
Maya, my dear, are you there? Are you doing all right? I really hope that your mother is still in the house with you. Maybe she's still there? If you can't find your mother, you need to reply to me, okay? I'm a little worried about the situation. If you get into any trouble at all, you can contact me, okay? No matter what time of the night it is, please contact me, okay, sweetie? You let me know when you get my message. I love you, my dear.
Grandma? Grandma, are you there? Please reply. I really need to talk to you. I'm sorry it's so late, but I really need to speak with you.
Oh, Maya, you got back to me. Sweetie, are you all right? What's going on? Did something happen to your mother?
There's a fire in the backyard of our house. Grandma, please come and help us. We really need you.
Oh my God, what? There's a fire in your yard. How did that even happen, Maya?
Melanie, she said that she was feeling cold. She set fire to the fallen leaves that came off of our tree in the garden.
Oh my Lord, why would she do that? You need to call 911 immediately. The fire brigade need to come and put it out, otherwise it's going to take over your yard and could burn down your house.
Wait a second, I think everything is okay now. I found a bucket on the side of the house that had some water in it. So I poured it on the fire and I put it out right then and there. I'm pretty sure it's out, so it's okay. But the fire did burn part of the lawn, so it will look brown in the daylight.
I see. It's all right, sweetheart. At least you've got the fire out. You got it out, that's the main thing. Thank God for that.
Yeah, I got it out. I should have been watching Melanie more closely. I'm not a very good big sister, am I?
Maya, that's not true. You're a great big sister. What I want to know is why was there a fire started in the first place? You do know that children shouldn't be playing with fire, right, sweetie?
I know that, Grandma. I should have known better. I'm really sorry. We won't do it again.
It's okay, but you just have to be more careful. You're with Melanie right now, right? You're both together at your house, is that right?
Yes, Melanie is with me outside in the yard. We're at home.
Okay, that's good to know. But I don't understand. What are you both doing in the garden at this time?
Well, the garden is full of fallen leaves. The tree has been losing a lot of its leaves, so we are tidying up the yard.
Maya, that's very sweet that you want to clean up the yard and help your parents by doing chores. But you do know what time it is, right, sweetie?
Of course I know what time it is, Grandma. It's dark, so it's nighttime. It's very dark, so I assume it's very late.
Yes, it's very late, my dear. Please go back inside the house and get ready for bed.
But we can't get inside, Grandma. That's why we're outside in the yard.
Huh? What do you mean you can't get inside? Is there something wrong with the door?
We can't get inside because the door is locked. We don't have a key to get inside the house.
I'm sorry, sweetie, I don't understand. What? You don't have a key? What happened to your mother? Where is she right now? Did something happen to her? Is she hurt? Is she inside the house and you just can't see her?
She's not here, Grandma. Mom still hasn't come home. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know where she is right now.
Your mother hasn't come home. I can't believe this. I told your mother to cancel the trip that her friend invited her on, and if she couldn't find someone to look after you and your sister...
I think I know what Mom did. I think she left the house after Melanie and I went to school this morning. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, what do you mean, dear? Are you saying that she left the house during the day whilst you both were at school? Not at nighttime?
Yeah, perhaps that's what happened. Melanie and I went to school during the day, so everything was fine. After school finished, we went home, but Mom wasn't there, so I found it a bit unusual. I couldn't get into the house because I don't have a key to unlock the front door. Every door is locked, so we can't get inside. So I went to find a public payphone to call Mom. I got in contact with her, but she was speaking really quickly. She said we should go to Grandma's house. Then she hung up the phone. But it didn't make sense what she said. I knew you were away, so we couldn't go to your house.
Oh, my dear. So you've both been in the garden this whole time, since you finished school?
Yeah, we've been outside for a while. We started to get cold, so that's why we tried to make a bonfire, and then it got out of control and I had to put it out.
Yeah, you said before that Melanie tried to start a fire to keep you both warm. What happened to the tools that you used to make the fire?
We know that Mom sometimes smokes outside when she's super stressed about things. I think Melanie knew that Mom kept a lighter on the deck, so she grabbed it to start a fire.
Oh my, really? And so that's how you were able to start a fire. This is unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Oh, my sweet grandchildren, even though it's your garden, you can't stay outside forever, okay? I'm going to sort things out and see what we can do now. Just hang on a minute and I'll get back to you. I'll talk to you soon. Maya, my sweet grandchild, are you there? I've sorted out what we're going to do with the both of you. I just got in contact with your aunt, your dad's sister. Apparently she's going to come and pick you both up in 15 minutes. It might get colder outside as it's so late at night, so you and Melanie need to stay still and keep each other warm. Don't move around too much so that your aunt can find you easier. I told her where to go, so she should be able to find you.
Okay, Grandma, we'll stay put until Auntie arrives. Thank you for helping us out, Grandma.
No problem, my dear, but just one more thing. If something like this happens again, don't be afraid to contact me sooner, okay? It is much easier to contact someone earlier so that things can be done when there's more light and you're not getting cold outside, okay, sweetheart?
I'm sorry, Grandma. I just didn't want to disturb you because I know how busy you are looking after people. I thought I was able to look after us.
It's okay, Maya. None of this is your fault. You're not the one who should be in charge. It should be your mother, and she has let you down today. You're usually a good girl, Maya, so if the situation calls for it, you can call on me when there's trouble or you need help. I don't think you're being a nuisance at all. You're just trying to do what's right. When you and your little sister need help with anything, it is our duty as a grandmother and aunt to help you out. We aren't going to let you do things by yourselves.
That's very true, Grandma. You're so sweet and kind to us. Thank you so much for your help. We really appreciate it.
Candace, what the heck do you think you're up to? I can't believe what you did to your own children. You need to get back home immediately. I am so outraged by what you did.
Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, is this you, Valerie? Oh, my dear mother-in-law, hello. What's happening on this fine morning, huh? Oh, so you want me to come back? Well, it's a bit difficult to say when I'll be back right now, you see. I'm staying at a place that's more than 3 hours away from home, so I can't just, come back like that.
Do you even know what happened yesterday? Maya and Melanie couldn't get into the house when they came home from school. They didn't have a key to unlock the house, so they were stuck outside.
I'm sorry, what? I don't get what you mean. How could they have been locked outside?
Geez, Candace, think about it. What did you think would happen as a result of you just leaving without saying anything?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Valerie. I had to leave because my friend needed me.
You know what season it is right now, Candace. The temperature drops really quickly at nighttime. It was pretty cold outside for the girls who were waiting for their mother to come home. It looks like they were keeping warm by making a bonfire from the fallen leaves they've collected in the backyard.
I beg your pardon? The girls started a bonfire? Are you being serious right now?
I heard that they used the lighter that you usually leave on the wooden deck outside.
The lighter outside? I don't know anything about that. What are you talking about, Valerie? Are you making this up?
Why would I make this up? Are you kidding me, Candace? It looked like the fire burnt some of the lawn and it's all charred.
They actually started a fire? That's insane! Why would they do something like that for?
Apparently Maya was able to extinguish the fire with a bucket of water. With her quick thinking, she was able to save herself, her little sister, and leave the house intact.
I really can't believe this. I'm in complete shock. I can't believe something like this would happen. And I've hardly been away that long.
Candace, have you really got nothing else to say about why this happened in the first place?
Well, I'm just glad that the house didn't burn down. We could have lost all of our belongings and have nowhere to live. Anyways, when it comes to Maya and Melanie, I'll scold them when I get back home. They know not to play with fire.
Why would you even scold them when they were trying to keep warm? You'll do no such thing to my grandchildren.
What? Excuse me? What makes you think you can tell me how to discipline my own children, Valerie?
Candace, you basically lied to all of us, especially to me. When you asked me to look after Maya and Melanie, you had already left for your trip without getting them a proper carer. When Maya called you on a public payphone, you told her to go to my house and you just hung up on her. She knew that I wasn't there and didn't want to bother me. You just created something out of nothing and just ditched them. You contacted me right after that and asked me to take care of it. You just left the rest up to me when you knew I wasn't at home. Maya knew I wasn't home and that I was away taking care of other people. She didn't seem to want to rely on me because of that. That's why she took so long to get in touch with me.
But I don't get how this is my fault. I asked if you could take care of the girls. You were so close and I thought you would be back soon enough anyways.
They couldn't get inside, Candace, because you had locked the door behind you. Melanie couldn't stand being out in the freezing cold weather, so she tried to make a bonfire. I absolutely don't blame her for trying to do that because the girls could have gotten hypothermia. And she used the lighter that you used to smoke your dirty cigarettes with outside.
I don't know about what lighter you're talking about, Valerie. I don't smoke at all.
Luckily, Maya was able to deal with all of this in a calm manner. She was able to contact me about what was going on.
Okay. Where are the girls now then if they aren't at the house?
My daughter's husband is currently looking after them. They're inside in the warmth where they should be, not freezing to death outside. I'm also just finishing up some errands at my in-laws' house. I'm heading home shortly on the first plane that I can get out of here this morning.
Ah, so you weren't even in town. I see what's going on now. At least the girls are with family. If that's the case, I don't have to come home yet. I can still stay and have a good time with my friend.
What the heck, Candace? Are you serious? You're not even going to leave after everything that happened? Don't you realize that your girls could have died in the cold? Do you really think I'm going to tolerate this sort of nonsense from you? Do you realize how much of an unfit parent you're being right now?
Valerie, what are you talking about? I feel like you're just overreacting a little bit. The girls are in a warm house now, so what's the big deal?
I really can't believe what you're saying right now. For starters, there's a whole lot of suspicion about why you went on this trip with your friend.
Some suspicion? Well, what's so suspicious about going on a trip with a good friend? I'm allowed to do that sometimes, am I not?
So you going off in the middle of the day while your children are still at school and they come home to find the house locked up and their mother gone, that makes sense to you, does it? I'm sure that my son will have a fair idea about what's going on if I tell him what's happened. Don't you think I haven't found out what you're doing, Candace?
Excuse me? What are you saying? What could you have possibly have on me? Wait, no way. My husband can't know what's going on if he isn't here, right? Surely you don't know anything about what's going on. How can an old bag like you find out what I'm doing? Valerie, you need to answer me right now. Something terrible has happened. My life is completely ruined. Did you find out that I had a boyfriend? Apparently my husband knows everything about him. I thought I had it well hidden. He's breaking up with me. And now he's divorcing me for it. How could he do this to me when I was trying to keep my boyfriend out of sight? I thought nobody knew.
Candace, you do realize that it's not my fault that you both broke up, right?
What do you mean? How else could he have found out? Aren't you the one who told him?
Well, my son is very smart, Candace. He realized what was happening for himself. I didn't have to tell him. Once he knew it was for certain that you were cheating behind his back, he came to me for advice.
What do you mean? He actually knew what I was doing? And then he came to you about it?
He knew quite a bit about the other man, Candace. Is the man in question a husband of one of your friends from your school days? It seems to be that these cheating dates are a daily occurrence for you. There was an investigation done with the credit bureau as my son didn't know what was going on with the credit cards you use. The report came back and it said you were going away on trips often. You were really involved with this other man, weren't you?
What? He actually used the credit bureau to track what I was doing.
Just as I was thinking of going on a counterattack the next day after my son's business trip ended, then the other day a cheating scandal was carried out by you. It seemed like this was a sudden decision and you were annoyed that my response was delaying you from going, and so you just left Maya and Melanie alone just like that. My son and I will not tolerate this. Divorce is just a natural thing that comes after discovering an affair.
But Valerie, he can't just do this to me. You can't do this to me. Please give me back custody of my children. I'm their mother. At least, can you please give me back Maya or Melanie?
Wow, you're quite persistent, Candace. It seems that your boyfriend has already paid the alimony and apologized for his part in all of this.
This is far from being fair. Even just alimony costs me a lot of money. I can't believe I have to pay for child support as well. This is an absolute scam.
Well, I guess you won't survive unless you get a steady job to pay what you owe.
But I've only been a housewife since I got married. Now
Hey, I think there's a lot of people your age who are working.
What? Please don't mix this whole thing up with a working woman.
Okay, well, what about the wife of the other man then, huh?
Huh? What about her?
I heard that she's got the custody of their child.
What's that got to do with this?
Look, I'm not saying that housewives are bad, but if you're like, I don't want to work, so I'll be a stay-at-home mom, well, that's on you for not having money. I guess the moment you get divorced, you'll just have to pay for your choices.
What? I don't understand.
I thought there wouldn't be a future for me, but at least now it has some meaning in terms of watching you fall.
Excuse me, what does that mean?
It's okay, I don't expect you to understand, Candace, just for others involved.
I'm confused. What? Anyways, there's still been no sign of divorce.
Oh, think again. I just got a message from my son saying that he's filed for divorce from you.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Maybe you thought you were in the clear as it's Saturday and the courthouse might be closed, right?
Well, usually they are, aren't they?
Divorce papers can be received by courts on any day of the year and any time of day.
Is that true? It can't be, surely. I was thinking all weekend about how I could somehow get him to forgive me for what I did. I've made such a big mistake.
Even after the divorce, Candace was apparently still staying in the apartment where her family once lived. She believed that she could keep the room since that was what she wanted in the separation agreement. It seemed like she was thinking of selling the room to pay for her alimony and child support. But she was then informed that the rental property couldn't be sold. She said that she couldn't divide the assets to get what she wanted. It seems that she had no understanding of the types of real estate, and when she learned of this reality, she screamed. Her parents were ashamed of their daughter's ignorance and decided to take over the lump sum payment of alimony and child support from their retirement funds. She was told that she was never to be married again, and so the partner broke up with her. Now she's been thrown into a factory to work by a relative. She spends her days working with tears in her eyes, paying off the debts that she owes her parents.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Hey Greg, why are you coming here looking like that? You know that today is the day of our class reunion, right?
Huh? Who is this?
This is Jan Witherton.
Jan Witherton?
Well, this isn't my parents' last name, so I'm sure you won't know who I am. Jan Smith.
Oh, Jan Smith, huh? It's been a very long time.
But I'm married now, so you can call me by my new last name, Witherton.
So if you're talking to me right now after such a long time, that must mean you're here right now at the reunion as well, right?
I am, you idiot!
Then you shouldn't have to be texting me right now, right? You can come over to me and talk in person.
The reason I'm texting you right now is because I don't want to come over to you.
Huh?
Are you going to tell me that that old heap of garbage truck you showed up in today is yours?
That's right, but what does that have to do with anything?
Are you serious? My God. I cannot believe you'd show up to your class reunion in a truck like that, still wearing your raggedy work clothes.
So that's what all of this is about. Well, before the reunion started, I had a job come up that I needed to be at, so there was no time for me to get changed after my work was done.
You didn't change your clothes because you're too poor to have proper clothing, right?
What?
If I remember correctly, your house is filled with all sorts of old and disgusting furniture because your parents could never afford to get anything new.
Now that you're saying that again, it reminds me of how often you picked on me back in school because of my house.
Well, come on. Did you see your place? You've been living in that same place ever since we all started elementary school, and I was certain that that house would cave in on itself at some point before we all graduated high school.
Well, right now my older brother and his wife have that house, and I'm living downtown near the bus station. Don't you remember back when we all finished elementary school, I moved into a new place with my family? We ended up getting a house downtown near the bus station where there was a shop on the first floor and then our house was on the second floor. Well, my parents opened that secondhand furniture store on the first floor when we moved in.
So that's what happened to that old house.
Since my parents run the place on the first floor of the building, and since I have a job of my own, I have no desire to work for them.
I see. So your parents must have seen just how much of a useless idiot you really are and made sure not to let you work in that store with them, right?
That's not the reason for it at all. I'm just saying that I have wants of my own, and one of those is to work a different kind of job than that.
So in other words, what you're saying is that you failed to do the job they asked you to do, and so now you're left doing some stupid work that you want to do. I totally get it now. Such a great feeling, right?
So, no matter what I try and say about myself, you seem to only want to make it seem as though I'm a failure.
And another thing, it's starting to smell like sweat in here now. It must be a pretty rough life having to work hard for such little income every day, right? I guess life for you is totally different from the life a CEO's wife like me gets to live.
You're the wife of a CEO? So your husband runs a company somewhere and you're able to live easily as his wife?
That's it. And that really expensive looking car parked out front is the car that my husband bought for me. It must be crazy to see someone like me living their life on easy mode when you're stuck having to drive a rundown truck like that and work every day in those stinky clothes as a poor person.
I can tell that you have no idea what being poor is really like, and that's fine. But I hold a lot of respect for the job I do, and I feel as though the life I have right now doesn't make me a poor person in any way.
Really? Even though you just showed up to your class reunion in sweaty work clothes and a falling apart pickup truck?
I only came here today in my work clothes and that truck because I got a job last minute that I needed to go help with. So that has nothing to do with the man I've become. And after I'd finished that job, I didn't have time to head all the way back home to get changed, so that's why I came dressed in my work clothes and everything. And as for the truck and these clothes, they're all from my job.
Oh, come on now. What kind of work are you helping with that requires you to have that crappy truck and such smelly clothes?
Near the bus station downtown, there's that produce store that happens to be busy every day, right? Well, currently, a friend of mine who's a farmer isn't doing so well, so I went out to his farm to grab the produce he planned to sell today and drove it into town to be placed in that store before coming here. The store is on the way, so I had no problem doing that for him.
You can tell me any kind of excuse you'd like.
Jan, If all you plan to do is make poor comments about me due to your delusions all day, do you mind just shutting up?
Huh? Delusions?
I really want to put down my phone now so that I can get back to talking with my old friends, so this is where we'll be ending things.
Who cares what you want, you moneyless loser? You're the most disgusting person I've ever come across. What was up with that? You had wanted time to talk to all your old friends today, but now you're sneaking out. Maybe after talking to everyone for a bit, they started to realize just how much of a moneyless loser you really are, and so you snuck away in embarrassment? Well, it's totally okay for you to not come to the after party, alright? If a loser like you had to come to a party with all of us in those sweaty clothes of yours, well, you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Well, actually, the only reason I had to leave is that I have some more work to get done now, and so I had no other choice. But if you still want to doubt what I'm saying, go ahead and ask some of the people I was talking to, and they'll say the same thing.
You actually think I'm going to go check on what's happened to you? I do not have the time to go out asking why a poor person like you had to leave the party.
That's right, but now that we both understand one another, can you stop texting me about this?
Huh?
I am a bit jealous that you get to be the wife of a CEO and all that, but don't think that means I care to talk with you.
And you should be jealous. I'm like a celebrity to all of you guys. Unlike a moneyless loser like you, I live in a completely different world filled with fancy and gorgeous things.
And a true celebrity would never care to talk with me the way you are now.
Excuse me?
To tell it to you straight, you're being indecent.
What the hell did you just say?
Do you really think you have it in you to be the wife of a CEO? Because a true wife of one would be helping him with his company rather than using his image to boost your own. Let's put it this way, if I was your husband and I was a CEO and all you did as my wife was spend my money and make fun of others, then I'd probably say that I don't need you as my wife anymore.
Don't need me?
That's right, don't need ya. Right. Now that we're talking about your husband and his job as a CEO, can you go ahead and tell him that he is in debt $7 million to all of his customers and that those relations will be halted for the time being?
Huh? $7 million?
Of course, he'll be told by other companies as well here soon, but it would be nice of you as his wife to inform him of all this.
Is this like a downturn?
In your case, you're much like your husband's employees, where you're given money by him like a salary every month, right? Well, since your income is on the line much like the rest of your husband's employees, it'd be best that you start to understand the state of his company a bit more.
Greg! What the hell does this mean? How are you the #1 customer to my husband's company?
So you finally talked with your husband about this?
I sure the hell have! Just when I thought you were trying to play games with me by saying all of that about my husband, I went and asked him myself to see what was going on.
So you thought that I was just messing around then?
I just thought that you were trying to make up for losing to me and tried to lie about my husband's job. But when I went to my husband with all of this, he turned ghost white. He told me that a project he had been working on worth $7 million had started to go downhill.
And as for that project, he had come to my company asking for us to help take part in it to come out with a success. And at first I thought that the partnership would be good for us and that we'd just have to work with his company like any other project had been. But when I saw the information regarding the project from him, well, let's just say that what he had been wanting was unobtainable and that he was way in over his head.
It was that bad then?
Yes. He didn't even have any plans yet for the marketing side of the project, and that alone showed me that he had no faith in even getting this project to go anywhere. And so that's why I ended up saying no to his offer of us working together. But before I even had the chance to give him my answer, he already had his company working on the project and everything, thinking I'd join in. This should be common sense for anyone, but when someone already starts working on something without even getting notice of their partner's will to work alongside them or not, it's not a good sign for things to come. So, after seeing all of this from your husband and his company, I lost faith in doing any more work with him, and so I canceled all projects that were already ongoing with his company and will no longer be a customer of his. And I made sure to have that notice sent to his company the other day.
What the hell? So this is what ended up happening?
I'll have you know on a personal level that your husband has got guts for jumping on a project like that without overthinking things. But when it comes to business, you can't be too hasty like that. It can spell doom for any company when they aren't quite ready yet. And that's why I'd no longer like to do business with him and his company.
What the hell does he think he's doing? Hey, Greg. You guys, did you all move out of that house?
Huh? Oh, geez, it's you again, Mrs. Jan Witherton. It's been, what, half a year now since we last chatted?
It's Smith again.
Huh?
I divorced that man today. His company ended up going bankrupt, so I made sure that he paid for doing something so selfish as losing his company while married to me.
Okay.
So you guys moved out of that house?
Why are you asking me something like that?
I know that back in elementary school your family moved downtown and opened up that used furniture store near the station, but now it's gone and has been turned into an apartment building.
Well, my parents moved their store, and when they did that, they sold that place to a housing company. Well, I didn't know they were going to tear that place down and turn it into an apartment building, though, so that's news to my ears. Does this mean that you went to our old house and tried looking for me?
I sure did, and I thought that it would still be your house, and that's why I came all the way over here looking for you. If you were going to move out of there, you need to tell me that stuff.
Why is it important for me to tell you when I'm moving, when you and I have little relation to one another? It's not even like you're close to my parents either.
Well, I'm planning on getting married to you soon, so you know better than to leave me in the dark like this.
Huh?
It looks like a lonely loser like you is finally going to have your chance at getting a wife, right? And not only is this chance rare for you, but it's even more rare considering I'm like the diamond of women, and I'm willing to marry you now. So make sure to treat me right, okay?
No, please tell me you're not being serious right now.
Hey, about your current address.
I'm already married to another woman right now.
Huh?
I've been married to one of my best friends for a while now, and we've already had 3 kids together.
You're kidding. That's a freaking lie, right? If you're already married, then what's going to happen to me? I thought that even after divorcing someone like my ex, I'd still have you to fall back on.
Wait. Why did you think that would be the case? There was never a moment between us where you thought you could become my wife, right?
There was, though. Back in middle school, you had a crush on me.
I absolutely did not, but...
Huh? When you and I were in the same classes in 8th grade, you were always looking over at me like you wanted me in every way.
That was me looking at the girl sitting next to you, who's now currently my wife.
What?
So that's probably why you thought I was looking at you like that back then. And back then you knew about me dating her, right?
Wait, you're joking, right? No way. You're telling me that you were into that nerdy little freak of a girl?
Well, rather than calling her a nerdy freak, you can call her something like a nerdy and quirky girl.
Huh? You're telling me that a freak like her made you fall in love with her more than a goddess like me? You divorce her this instant and come and marry me.
Screw you.
Marry me right now. Where the hell are you living right now? Greg, marry me. Tell me where you live.
Shut up already.
What?
I'm blocking you now.
Wait a goddamn second.
Bye-bye.
You're supposed to marry me.
Right before blocking things with Jan, she made it seem as though I'd really want to marry her. However, what I learned later is that the previous marriage she had with her CEO husband was actually made possible by her stealing him from her younger sister years ago, and that led to her whole family cutting ties to her. And so, because of that, after leaving her CEO husband, she would have nowhere left to go home to. And that's why she was so hell-bent on marrying me. And only a few days after I blocked her, she started to cause a disturbance at the front desk of my office, saying she needed to talk to me and would start tearing her way into my office if they didn't let her in. But before she could do anything to get to me or harm any of my employees, my security was on her like dogs, and they took her away in one of their cars to the nearest police station to have her turned in for trespassing. And ever since she was taken into custody by the police, things have been calm and peaceful for me. However, a couple days after that, I heard more news about her and her ex-husband, and it became clear to me that she never left her husband due to his company going bankrupt. Rather, he had divorced her because she'd been cheating on him with another man from our class reunion. So as of right now, Jan is working her butt off at multiple different jobs trying to make money to pay for her own apartment as well as money to pay off the settlement her ex asked for. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Kai? Hey, are you still going out with that Kayla girl? Well, if you are, can you quit doing that to me and just open your eyes for once? All that girl is doing to you is brainwashing you into loving her instead of me. But I know that that isn't you who wants to be with her, so you need to get a grip. Hurry up and just open your eyes already. And once you've seen that I'm the one for you and not her, come and marry me, please. You and I have been friends with each other the longest, and so we have ties to one another that even she can't beat.
Well, listen, Maggie.
What?
I know that you were never made aware of this, but I'm already married to Kayla.
Huh? Since when did the two of you get married?
About 1 month ago, I think. When we had finished our wedding, we handed in our marriage papers and became legally married.
You guys had a wedding?
We haven't gotten around to getting a place of our own just yet to live in, but that doesn't mean we aren't a married couple now.
Well, I never heard anything about you guys getting married.
We didn't really want to throw a massive wedding for everyone to be at that would take forever to set up and a lot of our money. So we both agreed on having a smaller wedding that would just be for our family and the wedding itself held at a local church.
Only for your guys' family. You see me as your family as well, right? I mean, you and I grew up in the same neighborhood with one another ever since we were in preschool, and had gone to the same schools ever since then.
When I say my family, I mean my family that I'm related to by blood, which really only means my brothers and sisters, as well as my parents and grandparents.
Then what about me?
All you are is an old-time friend from back when we played together in the same neighborhood. Yeah, we went to the same schools and all that, but you and I never actually hung out much as we got older, and we never really talked after graduating high school.
I know that, but then how about we find a way to get me to become a part of your family? I'll go out and start filling out marriage papers for us, and then you and I can get married.
What the heck? I told you already that I'm married to Kayla. Handing in those papers will only be a waste of time for you.
But you and I should get married to each other, right? I'll even let the city know so that they'll cancel your marriage to Kayla and make me your wife.
Why do you think the two of us should be getting married to one another? Do you understand? I already have a wife of my own, and her name is Kayla. And anyone besides Kayla is not gonna end up becoming my wife, because I have no desire for that. Now stop it with all this crap, please.
But that's...
Stop it.
Kai, are you alright?
Kayla? Why are you asking me if I'm alright? Huh?
I'm talking about what happened with Maggie. She finally learned about how you and I got married without her knowing anything, but now she's started to say a bunch of strange things again, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. And I'm sure that when she finds out about the place we'll be living in starting next month, she's gonna be furious.
Was she able to find out what we're planning to do for our honeymoon trip soon?
Right. Well, Mom and Dad have been doing their best to keep all that information a secret from everyone else, so I don't think it'll be easy for her to find anything out about that, but we can't be too sure.
Well, we only have 1 more month before we head out on a romantic trip with one another.
Well, we'll have to see what happens soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping that things don't get too out of hand with her, though. After seeing the messages she's already sent you before, I feel that I'm going to have to say something if things continue to get worse. But also, something like this trip, even if she hasn't found out all about it yet, can't and won't stay hidden for long.
Right.
And another thing, about her saying that she plans to hand in your guys' marriage papers, you can send a message to the city office right now saying that you will have nothing to do with her if she sends those papers in. But if it's already too late and they've gotten the marriage papers from Maggie already, they aren't going to accept them. You're already married to me legally, and so they can't process whatever she hands them when they see you're already married. And in the 1 in a million chance things do go through, you'll be able to divorce her easily, considering we have all the legal documents showing we married first.
That's true. Thank you, Kayla.
Good morning, Kai. Today is the start of our honeymoon trip, so I just wanted to make sure you're awake.
Good morning, Kayla. I'm wide awake right now, and I'm just about to start leaving my place.
I'm on the same route as you right now as well. And I don't really want to have to ask this, but how have things been with Maggie? Do you feel as though she's going to try coming along, or like she's found anything about our trip out at all?
At this time, I'm feeling as though everything is going all right on our end, but that could just be me, and she could already be coming after us.
Is that so?
Well, we shouldn't have to worry too much about her. You and I have a plane to catch, and we shouldn't waste time trying to get her off our backs only to be late and miss the plane.
Good point. So let's just start by making it to the airport.
All right. I'll be waiting for you at the bottom of the stairs at Reynolds Station so that we can get on the last subway before the airport together.
Okay, I'll be looking for you. Kai, I'm assuming that you're about to be getting off that plane, right?
Maggie, what plane are you talking about right now?
I was planning on making this all one huge surprise for you, so I never told you anything about me being here. But to tell you the truth, I'm here to celebrate your honeymoon with you. And as for the hotel that you and Kayla will be staying at during your trip, I know about it as well. I made sure to look everything up in secret so that this could be a surprise for you. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a room at the same hotel, but I'm at another hotel close by, so don't worry.
How were you even able to find out what hotel we planned to stay at? There shouldn't have been anyone who knew about our plans that were willing to spill the news to you.
Well, actually, I don't think I've ever told you anything about this yet, but I'm actually really good friends with one of your coworkers.
Who?
There's a new girl there that just entered a little while back as a part-timer, right?
That girl, huh?
Well, she was kind enough to tell me the dates that you took off to go on your honeymoon. And after using those dates to look further into what kind of hotel you could be staying at, I found the right one. And that's the reason why I've been waiting for you in the exact same place you plan to have your honeymoon. So romantic of me, right?
How is any of this romantic to you?
Well, it would be the best if you didn't bring that hag Kayla along with you.
I'm not messing around right now, Maggie. Do you actually think that Kayla and I will let you off easy if you're gonna get in the way of our very important vacation together?
And that's the thing, Kai. You're wrong. This is the important vacation of both you and me.
I am married to Kayla.
You happen to be married to her legally, so I'll give you that one. But that doesn't bother me. Just as long as you and I are married by soul and body. This honeymoon that you set up for the two of us is going to be the start of yours and my marriage. And you don't have to worry about a thing regarding Kayla because I know deep down that you want to love me, and I won't let her stop us from having our love. You and I can enjoy the beaches of Hawaii as we make love to each other on every single one of them.
What?
I'll be waiting for you in the lobby of the YouTube hotel you both plan to stay at. You can tell Kayla that you're going out for a bit and then come on out to be with me. Kai, how have things been going? Is Maggie really down there in the lobby right now?
Well, she's actually not down there right now, and I'm sure about that because with her, had she seen me down there, she would have jumped out of the shadows to be with me. So you don't have to worry about her now, but I'm sure that she is in Hawaii right now.
You think it'll be okay for me to come down there to see you now?
Yeah, I think you'll be just fine.
Then I'll start heading down there right now.
All right.
Kai, you never came to see me yesterday, and I was so lonely because of that. I'm sure that Kayla got in the way of you coming to see me and everything, but I'm sure today you can find a time to come see me, right? I made sure to get to the hotel really early in the morning for you, so when you wake up, come on down to the lobby and see me. And that way the two of us can be with one another and not have anyone get in our way. And when you do come to see me, I'll bring you back to my hotel room where we can make love to one another from morning to night without ever having to stop. Ah, that's right. This is supposed to be our honeymoon after all, so I made sure to get us a suite room. I made sure to get this room for us before it was taken by anyone else without even looking at the cost of it, so make sure that later on you pay me back for it, okay? Kai, I started to get pretty hungry, so I'm in the restaurant right now next to the lobby grabbing a quick bite to eat, but I'll make sure to be back in the lobby waiting for you when I'm finished. I don't want you missing me when you come down, so make sure to wait a little bit if you're already on your way down. Kai? Hey, Kai! Can you come down here right now? There's an emergency! I'm in a pinch.
What is going on with you?
You finally replied to me. I'm guessing that you finally freed yourself from that hag, Kayla, and are able to talk to me again? Thank goodness.
Really? So that's what you were trying to do by saying that? You told me that it was an emergency, so I had to respond with something to make sure you were at least alive still?
Wait! I'm not kidding when I say I'm in a pinch. I'm sorry to have to ask you this early in the morning, but do you think you can come down here and pay for my breakfast?
Huh?
You do know where that really expensive restaurant is right next to the lobby of the YouTube Hotel, right?
Are you not carrying any money on you?
I did bring some money with me, but... well, I just thought that I'd be able to meet you right away after getting to Hawaii, so I didn't bring a whole lot. And as for my credit card, I already spent as much as I could on it.
So, you really have been going at it, paying for everything.
Well, this is our honeymoon after all, and I want it to be perfect. I wanted to make sure that we'd have amazing memories of it, so I went all out. Really, really, really. Hawaii is the best. And so because I've already spent everything I have, I'd like you to come down here and pay for my breakfast.
Why should I have to pay for you?
You are a longtime friend of mine, so it's only fair that you pay for me. Oh, my mistake. I'm your wife now, so that means you'll pay for anything that makes me happy.
I'm not sure how many more times I'll have to say this to you, but my wife is Kayla, not you. And right now I'm just getting back home to my place.
Huh? Your place?
I'm already back in Chicago now. That's what I'm saying.
Huh? You're back in Chicago now? You already flew back there without me?
That's exactly right.
But wait, you still have a few more days off after today that you won't be going back to work for, right?
Well, the trip that my wife and I took to Hawaii started a bit sooner than you were aware. And the reason we still have some days off left is because now that we're back here, Kayla and I need to begin moving into our new house together.
New house?
We saw that it'd be the perfect timing for us to move into our new house after the honeymoon, and so that's the plan we ended up making.
That's the honeymoon in Hawaii that we'd both been waiting for.
Both? Let me tell you something, Maggie. The honeymoon that Kayla and I took wasn't even to Hawaii, but Bali.
Bali? You guys didn't go to Hawaii? But look, the hotel you guys stayed at was the Yotube Hotel here in Hawaii, right?
And that group of hotels has a hotel in Bali as well.
Huh? That's so messed up, though. Because the friend of mine that started working in the same company as you told me that your honeymoon would be in Hawaii.
And that's because I told everyone at my work that we'd be going to Hawaii, so they didn't know the real location of where we planned to go.
Huh?
And as for that friend, it's looking like she'll quit her part-time job here soon, so I'm gonna say something about her. She told me plenty of times already when we worked together that you kept asking about me and wanted to know why that was. So I told her the truth about you, but also said that you could tell her where we planned to go for our honeymoon, because we lied to everyone there already. And that's why she told you Hawaii instead of Bali. But when she told you Hawaii, you continued to heckle her about where we'd be staying and all of that. And so I told her to just tell you the name of our hotel as well, but then stop talking to you after that.
Huh? So the timing for your guys' honeymoon and where you were going was all wrong?
That's right.
What the heck? You have to be kidding me, right? Wait, what about the bill for this restaurant? What should I do? Crap, this is all going to get really nasty.
You don't have to tell me that. I'm going to be very clear with you that no matter what you try and get me to do, I have no desire to help you out.
What? Kai?
Do something on your own.
But I can't.
Well, you trying to get me to help you also won't work. Bye now.
Kai!
And with all that, you can see that my honeymoon with Kayla was a success, and we were able to enjoy our time in Guam before coming back home without ever having to deal with Maggie. And as for Maggie, it's insane to think that she ran out of money in Hawaii and she tried her best to get someone to give her money. But after sitting at that restaurant for so long, waiting and waiting for someone to help her, the restaurant staff began to suspect that something was up. And so when the staff confronted her on the bill, she told them everything, and she was forced to call her parents in a last-ditch effort. They picked up the phone and apologized for what their daughter had done before telling the restaurant they'd pay for her. And after having her meal paid for and being kicked out of the restaurant and hotel, she was on her way back home to Chicago. But this would not be the end for her. A week after getting back into Chicago from Hawaii, she married a man in his 50s out of desperation, who then told her that his parents needed someone around them to help care for them in their old age. And so, Maggie was forced to move in with his mom and dad, where she now works day after day caring for them, while also being picked on by the both of them for her lack of skills when it comes to being a good wife. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.